only still here. It's absolutely amazing the feeling that you have. I think I should have one of these at home. And the most amazing thing is they can actually install this at your home, at your event, anywhere you want. It's a mobile service, so beautiful. Our next up is a young talent, grew up in Boya, and he's had the most challenging experiences, but he has discovered the values of Africa. He's researched how Africans can build themselves up within their environment and still make it really big. So he's discouraging the fall bush option, but he's trying to encourage all of us to stay home and rebuild what we can of our African heritage. It's Philemon with his newly launched book, Black Nation.
So I'm called Philemon Gang, and I'm a life coach, a motivational speaker, a writer, and CEO and founder of I Motivate, a community engagement initiative which is meant to increase human development, mental capacity in particular, and promote peace and fight against violence and terrorism in our community. In my own words, I'll describe Philemon as the tall, dark, huge guy who is bold, fearless, and would sometimes tend to be silly and who is very funny. Motivational speakers are the bridge between your productivity and or your dream and where you are right now, because at every point in time you would need motivation in some form. So as a child, I grew up in Kosala Kumba, in somewhere around the southwest region of Cameroon. And so we had this little plan house, 3 bedrooms and a parlor, and I was the second child in the house. And so growing up in an average family put you in a place where you were not too sure of the next meal, talk less of having excess. And so it was a survival of the fittest mode. But deep down, as a child, I couldn't express my mind. I knew there was something bigger inside of me that I couldn't lay my hands on, and that put me in a place of constant search. I was asking my question if there was something which could be done that will change the standard of my life and that of my family. That was what launched me into the search of my life. And so to survive and ensure that everything continued, I would go on job hunting. Then we used to have what we call chantier, which is actually building projects. You go serve there as a laborer. And sometimes we would go into the bushes because our community wasn't that developed yet, and we will hunt for animals, and yes, we would sell, and we would just do whatever we can to have money which would sustain me and a couple of my friends who did not think it wise to steal then. And that little background, that humble background is what pushed me to doing many other things in my life. You know, coming from that kind of home as well was the fuel to my writing passion, because I discovered that you couldn't tell your dad that he's not doing enough. You could not tell mom that she's not sacrificing enough. And so the only way I could let out those emotions out of my heart was to write. I would write sometimes and cry. I would write sometimes and tear the pieces of papers, thinking that as I tear that, my sorrows will be torn away, my pain will be torn away. But it didn't really go like that. And it was a constant struggle, and it was a constant quest for more, and it was a constant quest to see how to get things better. What makes I Motivate special? This is a question that I love asking myself, because I put it every day on my board, and I look at it every day. Now, I listen to a lot of motivational talks, and they do that. They teach me to be strong. You know, they teach me to be bold. They teach me to do all those, but they don't tell me that when I feel depressed, I should maybe get a counselor, or I should talk to a therapist, or I should seek some extra help. And so what is special about me is that I don't encourage you to mask things up. I encourage you to dig down deep into your heart, bring them to the limelight, and I help you or teach you how to get solutions to them. Black Nation is actually my first book. It's a co-release with a friend, Emmanuel. And so we are Cameroonians by nationality and Black Africans by born. And so by default, we we are this color, and we don't want to. I, for one, I don't want to be any other thing. And so we decided to hone our experiences and our life stories and our successes and how we overcame our failures into a book, and we called that book Black Nation. And the goal of that book is to inspire you and is to challenge you to live your best life now. And so Black Nation is a book that challenges you to think, first of all, and that exposes you to some realities of life that you didn't know were around you. And lastly, it teaches you how to make use of every opportunity and every of those realities that are around you, so that together in a compound effect, they will paint a better picture of the best life that you want to live.
The virtual world is something that I never knew how interesting it could be until today. And I'm so consumed by this. Next week, join us as we discover what the Lions are doing right there in Egypt. But the most amazing thing is Orange is offering beautiful gifts to all of you who are supporting the Lions on their campaign. Now, if you want to participate on this game, all you have to do is buy My Way data, or you do any Orange Money transactions and you can buy saxophones. That automatically enters you into a competition and a raffle draw where you can win an all-sponsored trip to Egypt to support the Lions, all paid for by Orange. Now, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Miss P Show. Until next time, I'm Miss P, and I'm Simply Deep. Ta-da!